Get a Job in Tech, episode 289. Java interview questions, multi-threading. So this section is about multi-threading. So Java interview questions, multi-threading. Question number 1, what is multi-threading and why is it important in Java? Multi-threading is multi-programming is a programming concept that allows multiple tasks to be executed concurrently. In Java, multi-threading is implemented using the thread class. A thread object represents a single thread of execution. There are many reasons why multi-threading is important in Java. Some of the most important reasons include increased performance, improved responsiveness, reduced resource usage. Question 2. How can you create a thread in Java? Answer. There are 2 ways to create a thread in Java. By extending the thread class, by implementing the runnable interface. Question 3. What is the difference between a process and a thread? Answer. A process is a program in execution. It has its own memory space, its own stack, and its own set of resources. A thread is a lightweight process that shares the same memory space and resources as other threads in the same process. Some of the key differences between processes and threads. Processes are independent of each other. Processes are heavier than threads. Processes are more difficult to create and manage than threads. Question 4. How does synchronization work in Java? Explain the concept of synchronized methods and blocks. Answer. Synchronization in Java is a mechanism that allows multiple threads to access shared resources safely. When a thread is synchronized on a resource, it is the only thread that can access that resource. This prevents race conditions, which are situations where 2 or more threads are trying to access the same resource at the same time. There are 2 ways to synchronize in Java: using synchronized methods, using synchronized blocks. Synchronized methods. A synchronized method is a method that can only be executed by one thread at a time. To declare a method as synchronized, you need to use the synchronized keyword. Synchronized blocks. A synchronized block is a block of code that can only be executed by one thread at a time. To declare a block of code as synchronized, you need to use the synchronized keyword and specify the object that the block is synchronized on. Question 5. What is a deadlock and how can it be avoided? Answer. A deadlock is a situation where 2 or more threads are waiting for each other to finish. This can happen when 2 threads are each trying to acquire a lock on the same resource. To avoid deadlocks, we can avoid using locks unnecessarily, use locks in a consistent order, use deadlock detection and prevention tools. Question 6. What are the differences between the thread class and the runnable interface in Java? Answer. A thread class is a concrete class, while the runnable interface is an abstract interface. This means that you can create a new thread by extending the thread class, or if you can create a new thread by implementing the runnable interface. Here are some of the key differences between the thread class and runnable interface. The feature, thread class, runnable interface. So under feature, the type, thread class, concrete class, runnable interface, abstract interface. Feature, inheritance, thread class, can be extended. Runnable interface cannot be extended. Feature, implementation, thread class must override the run method. Runnable interface must implement the run method. A feature, memory usage. Thread class, more memory is required. Runnable interface, less memory is required. Feature, flexibility. Thread class, less flexible. Runnable interface, more flexible. Question 7. What is the purpose of the volatile keyword in Java? Answer. The volatile keyword is used to ensure that all threads see the same value of the variable, even if the value is changed by another thread. Question 8. Explain the difference between preemptive scheduling and time slicing in the context of thread scheduling. Answer. Preemptive scheduling is when the operation system can forcibly remove a thread from the CPU and give it another thread. Time slicing is when each thread is given a certain amount of time to run on the CPU. The main difference is that preemptive scheduling, the operating system can interrupt a thread at any time, while in time slicing, the thread is only interrupted when it has used up its allotted time. These are questions for Java interview questions. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.